Mark from Snooker Crazy. Quick catch-up video. A little bit behind over the last few weeks. Bit of root canal treatment, also a little bit, a couple of times, and some norovirus last week. So this is just to show some of the guys that are waiting for cues that I'm getting there. Should catch up within the next week and a half, hopefully. But yeah, last 6 weeks has been a bit of a test. Right, these are some of the local cues. It's a John Paris one in for Matt Callow to pick up the next couple of days, hopefully. Plays on the Q Stars. It's one of Matt's friends' cues. So this one was a full refurb of an old red glue. But that's all done, Matt. That's pretty much dried now. So by tomorrow, you should be able to pick that up or onwards. Super smooth shaft again, which is nice. And we've been working on some tips. I'll say I've been working on some tips. To try and modify tips out there that when they're too hard you can actually do stuff with them. And if you listen, I'm trying to get that raspy sound. They used to have an old Elk Master years ago, so when you're putting chalk on it you can feel it over the top almost with your nail rather than the really shiny things that you get nowadays. But if you listen, when you run your nail over it, I won't go too hard because it'll bring the surface up. But what I like about it is when you get some nice dry chalk and you put it over, it almost flicks as you're putting it on there, so you just know it's nice and dry, and as I say, a bit raspy. I like to think if you flick it you'd actually get some dust come off, but these tips are going quite well at the moment. No, I'm not selling them. I only fit them for local guys and refurbs, but yeah, they're proving to be quite nice. I'm not quite there, but certainly what you call a good elk. And not 13 quid each, that's for sure. Anyway, right, but yeah, just to let you know what we're doing on those. So that one will be ready to pick up. Another one in for just a little bit of a smoothing out was Lee over at Gosport. So yours will be ready tomorrow, Lee. Probably pick up Wednesday, I would say. It's another one, beautiful bit of olive wood there. Super smooth again. That's had 4 coats in the last day. Lovely and smooth. Again, taking out any little dents and stuff. Doesn't take too long. Lovely cue, this one. Smooth all over, just likes that smooth feeling. Managed to get that again. And again, that's a medium tip, that one. So again, I've modified that. And it just looks and feels brilliant. But yeah, I love the butt on this one. Really nice cue to pick up. Right, and last but not least is Mr. Tony Carrington's cue. It's got a bit of a history, this one and me. This was a really old billiard cue. And you look at the size of that, which is around about 29mm. It was actually, and I'm not joking, it was out about there. It was a massive old billiard cue. You know, it's like a bit of 4x2 at the end, and actually stripping that down the first time, trying to get it to Tony's requirements. It's a lovely bit of tulip wood under there. You'd never have known that looking at the original cue. Loads and loads of cracks in it. I think there's one just down there. You can just about see it, but you can't feel it. Again, that's had at least 4 coats, if not 5, that one. But again, it's super smooth. This one was thinned out originally, I think it was about 12mm, I can't remember, it was really big, down to 10.6 I think it was, and he wanted to take a chance again. I say take a chance because it's got a very thin shaft going. It's almost like a level diameter shaft up to about there, and then it goes up, so it's always a bit dodgy to take it down, but took this one down to 8.75, and because of its age, for those of you that know, I mix my own, what we call it, grain enhancers and different dyes and that. So this one dyed that and enhanced the grain to get it to look older. Just sort of befits the cue itself. So a nice little flat on that, no particular make. There you go. But you can see old and new there. But this is really dark and aged. I love the look of this cue, and with this one again, so this is 8.75, and again that little raspy sound on the end that I like. But nice tip on that one. So hopefully Tony will be pleased with that. Makes it more of a pool cue now. Obviously playing on Dave Pollard's cue tour. We'll be using that there, but yeah, I love that cue. So anyway, anyone else that's waiting for cues, they will all be done at some point this week, and I'll get back to you. So hopefully should catch up again. But apologies for any delays, but we're fighting fit now, so I'll get back there. But yeah, 3 nice cues, all ready to go out. But hopefully that updates you, and catch up again soon.